Look at this knot pattern, Deputy. And the room is pristine. Not what you'd expect.
On a quiet Saturday morning in Ocala, Florida, a locked apartment held a secret no one was prepared to find. Inside, there were no signs of a struggle, no broken furniture, no shattered glass, just a man lying on the floor, wearing only a shirt and shoes, and a deep red mark wrapped tightly around his neck. At first glance, it looked like a dangerous encounter gone wrong, a secret meeting that turned deadly. But as investigators peeled back the layers of this crime, one truth became terrifyingly clear. This murder wasn't spontaneous, it wasn't reckless, and it wasn't committed by a stranger. It was planned, staged, and carried out by the person closest to him. This is the story of Timothy Smith, and the husband who tried to make his death look like an accident. Just before 11 a.m. on March 25, 2023, a Marion County Sheriff's deputy was dispatched to an apartment complex in Citrus Park. Two people had called police that morning, a co-worker, and Timothy Smith's husband, Herbert Swilley. Timothy hadn't shown up for work. His phone was silent. His Jeep hadn't moved in days. Herbert met the deputy outside the apartment and explained this wasn't their primary home. It was a secondary space, used as a massage studio and private retreat. Because Herbert wasn't listed on the lease, police had been unable to enter the day before. Now, with the landlord present and a key in hand, the deputy stepped inside. What he found stopped everything. Inside the second bedroom, just steps from the doorway, Timothy Smith lay on his back. He was clearly deceased. A dark ligature mark circled his neck. His body was cold, and rigor had already set in. He was wearing only a t-shirt and shoes. No pants, no underwear, no indication he had ever reached the bed beside him. The apartment was eerily clean. Too clean. There was a faint smell of bleach in the air, and nothing inside suggested a struggle had taken place. The deputy exited immediately and called off paramedics. This was no longer a welfare check. It was a homicide. Timothy Smith was 59 years old, an executive director at a senior living facility. Respected, successful, financially stable. He and Herbert had been together for 15 years and married for 8. They owned multiple vehicles, an RV, and 2 residences. But behind that comfortable life was a secret arrangement. The Citrus Park apartment wasn't just an office. It was what Herbert called their playroom, a place where they hosted sexual encounters, sometimes together, sometimes separately, arranged through hookup apps. To protect their 20-year-old daughter Jordan from seeing this lifestyle, everything happened away from home. This detail would later become the foundation of Herbert's attempted cover story. As detectives processed the apartment, things began to feel wrong. Timothy hated bleach, yet the apartment smelled strongly of it. Leather clothing sat out untouched, items Timothy was meticulous about storing properly. The bed was made, the massage table unused. In the washing machine, investigators found Timothy's black bag, containing his wallet, phone, and keys, items he never went anywhere without. Why would they be in the washer? Why hadn't he driven himself to the apartment with them? And most importantly, why was there no sign of another person ever being there? The medical examiner confirmed what detectives suspected. Timothy died by strangulation, but the violence was extreme, so forceful that his neck was broken. Then came the shock. Toxicology showed Timothy had been heavily drugged. Over 30 times the normal dose of Benadryl was found in his system. He had been incapacitated, possibly unconscious, meaning Timothy never had a chance to fight back. This wasn't a sexual accident. This was an execution. DNA recovered from a lubricant bottle matched 2 men with criminal histories. Both were tracked down. Both had airtight alibis. One was hours away with digital proof. The other was incarcerated at the time of the murder. Every outside suspect was eliminated, leaving only one person with motive, access, and opportunity: Herbert Swilley. Friends noticed Herbert's behavior immediately. He showed little grief, no panic, no urgency. He volunteered explanations no one asked for. Missing keys, a glitching Ring doorbell camera, speculation about strangers committing the crime. Then came something worse. Friends discovered Herbert had already begun throwing away Timothy's belongings. Photos, decor, personal items. Entire rugs were missing from the house. A coffee table gone. Herbert claimed the dog had soiled them, so he disposed of everything early Friday morning, just hours after Timothy was last seen alive. Security cameras told the real story. At 1:59 a.m., Herbert's white pickup truck, pulling his work trailer, was seen leaving the home. Minutes later, it was captured near the Citrus Park apartment. Then it returned. At 2:43 a.m., Timothy's Jeep was seen arriving separately. But cell phone data revealed Timothy's phone traveled with Herbert's truck, not the Jeep. After the Jeep was parked, a figure was seen walking back toward the house, on foot. Minutes later, Ring doorbell footage was accessed and deleted. Herbert had moved the body, staged the scene, and tried to erase the evidence. Jordan Swilley delivered the final blow. She testified that Ring camera alerts went off repeatedly the night Timothy disappeared. By morning, they were gone. She heard disturbing noises, and when she told her father, he told her to forget it, to say she was asleep, and later, to lie and say he was home all night. Timothy was preparing to leave. He had been recruited for a higher-paying job out of state. Friends testified Herbert was furious. Timothy was the breadwinner, and his death came with a $333,000 life insurance policy. Herbert was the sole beneficiary. If Timothy left, Herbert lost everything. If Timothy died, Herbert gained it all. In September 2025, after a week-long trial, the jury returned its verdict. Guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. Herbert Swilley was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Timothy Smith was remembered as generous, driven, and deeply loved. A man rebuilding his life. A man who trusted the wrong person. His death wasn't the result of a dangerous lifestyle. It was the result of betrayal. Calculated, cold, and devastating. If you believe truth matters, even when it's uncomfortable, subscribe for more in-depth true crime stories.